Yeah. Holy shit, I mean, your story's interesting. Yeah, my story's interesting, obviously. And yeah, obviously. And again, throughout this time, my stepfamily constantly kept putting me down. So throughout my whole life, my stepfamily was putting me down. My whole every year they kept putting me down. Ivan, do something good with your life. Don't playing with your life is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? They kept putting me down my whole life, obviously. So this, I was still lost. I didn't know I was God, obviously. And I eventually wanted to be an actor and be a model. Sometime around 2014, I'm like, okay, let me try. Let me try acting. Let me try modeling. I wanted to be a model. I wanted to be an actor, obviously. This is 2014. So around this time, I was working on my book. I only wrote a good like 4 chapters of Zanus. I didn't make my YouTube videos yet. I didn't know I was good. I didn't even know I was that good of a speaker. It wasn't until I saw my video, obviously. And now we're towards the end of 2014, obviously. Oh yeah, 2013. My stepbrother's best friend who went to see the guy's my stepbrother's best friend, the guy's family who came over to our house for Christmas. He got married. Obviously, I went to his wedding. It was a pretty good wedding. I went to his wedding in 2013. He got married. He married a woman, obviously, and he has like 2 kids now. He got married, obviously, 2013. I remember going to his wedding, obviously. But around this time, I was still lost and I was still depressed, man. I thought I had an STD, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? And that family knew the whole time I was gone and knew my family was gatekeepers. Because what? They knew I was sorry for my wife, they knew I was lost, they knew the doors were locked on me. And no one in my life, man, bothered to even make mention of that to me, man. Because you guys are fucking wicked people, man. You're fucking evil people, man. That's why all those guys are gonna cry, man. Once guaranteed, all the people who I knew at Darcy, my so-called friends, a lot of guys in Darcy, when they see me, when I come back from death and they see me king, some of them might even tear up. Holy shit, we're fucking evil people, man. When Ivan was lost, none of us even bothered to tell him that the doors were locked on me. Yeah, none of you guys even bothered to make mention of the fact that the doors were locked on me. Because you're fucking wicked people, man. Hopefully Ivan stays lost till he's like 40, he begets about his wife and he's poor. And we all get to have our makeout sessions with our girlfriends and boyfriends and have our moments. Because you guys are crazy psychopaths. You're selfish people, man. You're fucking crazy people. Because I had God protecting my journey, at 26 years old, I woke up, obviously. Right? You know what I'm saying? This thought always crossed my mind, okay, why am I such a failure in life? Like I'm trying to my best to be good, to do good, to be successful in life, and I'm a failure. Why are my stepbrothers successful? They're all in university. My stepbrothers all went to university. They played football at university. You know what I'm saying? They played football at university. Why am I such a failure? Why can I be successful like that? And I now know why. It's because the doors were locked on me, obviously. But what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And I started to get very suspicious when I went to Heritage. When I went to Heritage and I put in the work, I noticed how I noticed how I flunked one class. I noticed how my marks kept dry. I worked my ass off study. I kept getting 60s and 50s. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, man? I started to get suspicious, obviously, but I didn't know the doors were locked on me then, obviously. My stepparents kept telling me, Ivan, go to school. And that's what led me to go to Heritage in 2017. To college again, obviously. So around 2014, I'm like, okay, I want to try modeling and I want to try acting. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Towards the end of 2014, I worked at Weedman. I did sales for Weedman, obviously. I was making pretty good money. I was making like $700 every 2 weeks. 500, 600, $700 every 2 weeks. Not bad money, obviously. And during this time, again, I was watching what? Movies, YouTube. I was watching movies, YouTube, television shows. I watch a lot of television shows during this time. I'll get food, watch television shows, movies, play my video games. That's why pretty much I work and just watch video games, play my video games, watch movies, watch games, and eat food. That's pretty much what I did, man. And I went to strip clubs like 5 times a year to satisfy myself because I was depressed, obviously. And I told you my story with those strippers. I what? I rejected. All the ones who asked me for sex. I said no, and I went home. Went home, got McDonald's, and I watched the movie. Passed the test each fucking time. Was VJ failed the fucking test? Yeah, man. So it's 2014. So towards the end of 2014, I started to what? I went on the treadmill 5 days a week for like 5 months straight, and I lost like I went down to 230 pounds. And I lost like 50 pounds, man. I went on a treadmill every day, 5 days a week, for 5 months straight, and I lost 50 pounds. 50 pounds, obviously. And towards the end of 2014, I started working at Coors. I got the job at Coors, and I started working at Coors in Ottawa here as a dishwasher. And I worked there for a good like 4 years. Good memories at Coors. Some chill people at Coors, I'm saying. I remember I worked at Coors. I worked at Coors for 4 years. So at the end of 2014, I started working at Coors, and that was when I lost the weight. I was pretty skinny. I wasn't super skinny, but I was pretty skinny. I remember I wanted to be a model and I wanted to be an actor, obviously. And then early 2015 came, and I called up this photography company, this photography student. I want to take my I want to make my own headshot. And they okay, I will make your own headshot. I went to the place. They put makeup on me. Obviously, you guys know what I'm talking about. I post this picture. I have this picture on my Facebook page, my profile. It shows me crossing my hands. I have my extension Jerry curls. I have makeup. Yeah, that was a headshot I took. Obviously, I took that headshot. I'm gonna cross my arms like this. I'm smiling. You see me smiling. You see how I look skinny? Yeah, it's because I lost like 50. I went to treadmill every day, 5 days a week, and I lost like 50 pounds, man. I was pretty skinny. I was like 200 like 30 pounds, man. And you see how much more handsome. Yeah, you look so much more handsome when you lose the weight. Yeah. That's why when you see me in Zanes, when you see the documentary, you see my transformation, you're gonna be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan looks so handsome when he lost the weight. Yeah. When I get down to 190, you're gonna see how handsome I look when I lose the weight, man. See me all skinny and jacked. Even when I'm big, I'm still handsome. But when I lose the weight, you see my bone structure, all that stuff. Look how handsome Ivan is when he's skinny. Yeah, you're gonna see me handsome when I'm skinny, obviously, right? Right? Yeah, yeah. So during this time, I wanted to be a model and an actor. Obviously, I joined this Ottawa. I joined this Ottawa. What? This Ottawa community. This Ottawa community acting thing online, whatever it is. Obviously, that's where I saw auditions for casting calls, all that stuff. I ended up getting a few. I ended up doing. I did quite a few. I did quite a few short films. I did a clean slate in 2014. So I did a clean slate. I was an extra in a clean slate in 2014, obviously, and that's what got me interested in acting. That was my story, obviously. All right, what got you interested in acting? A clean slate. Well, I remember when I went on set for a clean slate. I didn't get paid for it. They just fed me. They fed me good food, obviously. I went to the movie. It took like 8 hours of shooting. And said you saw me in the movie. I'm like this. I'm saying I was sitting down. That was me in the movie, obviously. That was when I was like fat. I was fatter and all that stuff. You guys all saw that movie, obviously, and what? And when I was on that when I did that independent movie, that short film, A Clean Slate, that's what got me interested in acting, obviously. And ever since then, I'm like, man, I want to be an actor. Being on set's fun. I remember I was behind the scenes, ready, action, cut. And I was saying, oh my god, this is so cool. Okay, guys, I want you guys to nod your head, act like you're interested, act like you're enjoying the music, and I nodded my head, and I was saying, oh, yo, this is fucking fun. I would love to be in a movie like this. And that's what got me into acting, obviously. 2014. April 2014 is when I filmed A Clean Slate, and that's what got me interested in acting. But please keep in mind, during this time, I was still depressed. I didn't know I was God, and I didn't know my religion was my wife. I was fucking lost, obviously. I was lost, obviously. And this led me to start acting, obviously. Late 2014, I was an extra on an independent. You guys probably saw this. There was like I was like what? I was acting as a member of the United. What's it called again? I forget what it's called. But I posted this picture on my Facebook page. It shows me with a suit and I'm sitting down like this. I was in the movie. I was behind the scenes in the movie, obviously. I did a movie. I was an extra in that movie too, obviously. It's on YouTube. If you guys probably saw it. I have the keys. It's on YouTube. On YouTube, upload on YouTube, obviously. I also did that in 2014. I did that play, and that's what led me into acting. I got paid for that. I got like $80 to do that. They paid me $80. Hey, Ivan, being an extra will pay you $80 for. They pay me $80 for, which is nice, obviously. I got a nice $80 for being in that movie. For being in that, and it was like an Indian independent company. They came to Canada, and they filmed in Ottawa, and I remember I was what I was in that movie. I had a fun experience during filming that movie. Obviously, Ivan, how much movies were you in? I was in a good, I don't know, like 10 short films around there. There are a lot of stuff that I never got to see. I was in a lot of short films, man. Clean slate. I don't know. I was in a good like 5, 6, 7 short films around there. Around there, 5, 6, 7 short films. Obviously, this is when I wanted to go into acting. Obviously. So early 2015, I lose the weight. I take that headshot. Obviously, I bought myself some nice clothes. Obviously, that jacket that you saw me wearing, I bought that jacket for $100 at Gap. I want to have a nice jacket because I bought this nice $100 jacket at Gap. Obviously, it's wrecked now, but I bought this nice jacket obviously at Gap, and I prepared myself for the shoot. Obviously, I went to the place, and they cost me like $400, man. $400 to do the shoot. I paid them the $400, and they what? They took the picture obviously, and they sent me the file obviously. And now I had a headshot for myself, and I posted it on my Facebook as my profile pic. You guys all saw it. You certainly know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, look how handsome Ivan looks. I'm saying, yeah, that was me, obviously. And I remember I applied, I auditioned. I saw an ad online for an extra for this short film, and I ended up going at this lady. This lady's like, yeah, we're filming at our nice. She filmed it at her nice ass condo. We filmed this short film at her nice. Hey Ivan, you want to be an extra? I'm like, sure, I'll be an extra. I went to the condo. I didn't get paid for it, but we had beer. We had beer and like pizza. So in that scene, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. You remember that short film that I posted on my Facebook page? I joined Backstage, right? I posted this video. It shows me drinking beer. That was actually real beer. That was a short film. I went. I was an extra on that short film, obviously, and yeah. And that when I was drinking, when you saw me drinking like that, that was real beer. We drank beer. We drank beer, and I had like 3, 4 bottles of beer, and they ordered pizza for us. And we filmed it in this woman's nice ass condo, man. The woman was obviously pretty rich because she had a nice fucking condo in Ottawa. I remember I went to her condo. I'm like, holy shit, this is a nice condo. We filmed it. I filmed it in what? In that what? In that condo, obviously. Oh my god, look at Ivan! So cool seeing Ivan. Yeah, you saw me in that short film. Yeah, that was me, and that was me. And then at the time, I just lost the weight too. That's why I look a little skinny, obviously, because I was like 229 pounds at the time. I was skinny and I had my extension Jerry curls. You guys are like, holy shit! It's so cool seeing Ivan. Yeah, you saw me in that short film, obviously. I also did it during 2015, right? I ended up joining Backstage. Backstage is a what? Is like is a website where they post a lot of auditions in America for acting, modeling, all that stuff. It's a pretty good website for someone who's starting out. Backstage is a good website. Obviously, I joined Backstage, obviously. That's why you saw my Backstage account, obviously. And I ended up seeing an audition for. I saw an audition in New York. Later on, in 2015, I ended up going to the audition in New York. Before I tell you that story, though, there was one time Algonquin College also has an acting program too, and they also have auditions too. I saw the audition for Algonquin College, obviously, for a short film, obviously, and I got the role. And this time, I actually had a speaking role. I had a speaking role for like 3, 4 minutes, and then oh my god, Ivan, you did, yeah. I wasn't extra. I got the role, and I had a speaking role. Obviously, I filmed in this woman and man's apartment, right? I got the role, obviously. And you know what I'm saying? I told him, hey, am I going to get a reel for this? And the guy's like, yeah, don't worry, we'll give you a reel, obviously. They never gave me a reel, man. I never got to see that footage. All of Algonquin saw that. Because I'm white, they all wanted to see it, obviously. All of Algonquin saw that, obviously. The whole class saw that. But I never got to see that reel. To this day, I haven't got to see that reel. 2015. And you know who you are. I remember what you did to me, man. You told me you would give me a reel, and you never gave me a reel. And guess what? You're not going to be saved. You're going to be left behind. And I'm seeing these people are out. You guys are not allowed to work for my company. You guys should fucking deserve, obviously. Yeah, don't worry, I will give you a reel. And I asked for the reel. The guy hangs up on me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I volunteer my time. I make a move for you, and you won't even give me the fucking reel. I never even got to see the fucking reel. Because the guys are fucking evil, man. Yeah, we don't want to give Ivan the real because we can't send him. When they saw the real, they know how top notch that was. Holy shit, it's so hot seeing Ivan in that and seeing Ivan in that and that. You guys, I would have posted that on my backstage, guys. Had they sent me that reel, too bad, man. You guys would have seen that reel of me. I had a speaking role. I was a major character in the short film, man. It was like an 8-10 minute short film. I was a major character in the short film. You saw me. It shows me entering the apartment. I take off my jacket. I'm talking to the guy. You guys would have seen me, yeah. But the people never gave me the real, man. I asked for the real. Hey, man, can I get the real? They never gave me the real. This is back in 2015. I filmed that. I filmed that short film. I never got the real, man. And you guys would have seen the real, but I never got the real. Whereas everything else, I'm just an extra. Whereas that one movie that I did, I actually had a speaking role. Well, two movies. One movie, another movie, I had a speaking role, but I had a speaking role for like 20 seconds. I'm like, giving your effort money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I had a speaking role for like 10 seconds. I'm saying. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, man. Holy shit, Ivan. You had a speaking role. Yeah, I had a speaking role. You guys would have seen it. I would have posted it on YouTube or backstage. But the guys never gave me the footage, man, because they're fucking evil people. To this day, they still have the footage, obviously. And they're probably rewatching it over and over again because I'm special, obviously. And they never even gave me the fucking footage. That's why those guys, you know who you are. I remember what you did to me. I volunteer my time. You know what I'm saying? You guys, yeah, don't worry, Ivan will give you the real. And I asked for the real, and you guys hang up on me. You don't even give me the real. Like, what the fuck did I do to you, man? Because like, what did I do to you? You know what I'm saying? And those guys are not going to be saved. They're going to be left behind. And serious people are out, as I don't want serious people working for my scotches coming at you guys. You fucking deserve, obviously. Just like you didn't give me the real. Hence, none of you guys are even allowed to work for my Sky Source company. You guys you fucking deserve. Anyways, right? Yeah. And then 2015 is when I first found out about VJ. When I watched Eye Candy for the first time. I didn't know who VJ was. I remember there was this site, obviously. There was this site on the computer where I used to watch TV shows, obviously. I remember I was browsing, okay, I don't know what show to watch. You know what I'm saying? I remember I saw Eye Candy. I'm like, oh, Eye Candy looks interesting. Let's watch Eye Candy. And I saw Eye Candy for the first time. Early 2015, obviously. And I'm like, I remember I was watching the show. I'm like, oh, this show looks pretty sick, you know what I'm saying? I remember I watched the show, I'm like, who the fuck is this chick? This chick is hot. This chick, there's something unique about this chick, obviously. This chick is fucking hot. And the whole time she's my wife. Yeah, man. Crazy story. Who the hell is this chick? This chick is hot. I remember I saw Eye Candy in early 2015, obviously. I'm like, who's this chick? This chick is hot. Because at the time, Nina Dover was my celebrity crush. Because I watched Vampire Diaries, obviously. But the reason why I now know I was interested in Nina Dover because she reminded me of VJ, obviously. Like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Who's this chick? This chick is hot. I saw VJ in Eye Candy. This chick is smoking hot, you know what I'm saying? I remember after I saw Eye Candy, after I saw Eye Candy, obviously. After I saw Eye Candy, I immediately went online and I researched Victoria Justice. Like, who the hell's this chick? I saw her with Pearson Forde. Oh, she dated this guy. You know, this chick is hot, you know what I'm saying? And she immediately became my celebrity crush. In early 2015, I ended up liking her Facebook page. That's what led me to find out about VJ. Yeah, amazing story. Holy shit, I had an amazing story. Yeah, that's what led me to find out about VJ. I didn't make any YouTube videos at the time. At the time, I was still focusing. I was still working at Coors, and I was still what? I was still doing my my acting and my modeling and all that stuff. Early 2015, I remember I saw an ad for models, and I applied to that modeling company, and the modeling company contacted me. Ivan, we want to interview you. The modeling company. I told you my story, obviously. I booked a hotel in Montreal. I went to the modeling agency, and the modeling agency rejected me, obviously. You know, Ivan, we saw your headshot. You can tell she looked at my picture. You can tell the look at her face, like, yeah, we found our star. Because of why, I would have been the most successful model to this day, obviously. Now, modeling agency that interviewed me was a smaller agency, but they would have opened the door for me. I would have eventually got signed by bigger agencies around the world, obviously. And to this day, I'd be a successful model. And I remember when that lady looked at my picture, you can tell she's like, yeah, we found our star. But because the doors are locked to me, they couldn't hire me, obviously. I remember what you did to me. You guys are not going to be saved. You're going to be left behind too, obviously, because you locked the doors on me, obviously. Obviously, right? So I applied to this job. I applied to there was an audition in New York for backstage on backstage. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this audition in New York. You know what I'm saying? I ended up booking. I booked my bus to New York. I couldn't afford to fly to New York; it's too expensive. So I booked my bus to New York. It wasn't that expensive. It was like $50 to take the bus. A 12-hour drive, man. 12-hour drive from Ottawa to New York, man. I took the bus from Ottawa to New York. I didn't book a hotel in New York. I couldn't afford it because so what I did was I bus to from what from Ottawa to New York, obviously, and I had to wait. I had to wait from morning to midday for the audition, obviously, and by the time I didn't take a shower. So what I did was so what I did what I had to go to the washroom and like I had my own like soap and I washed myself in the washroom, obviously because I couldn't afford to stay in a hotel in New York, obviously. So I just killed time all day. I went to a place for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I saw Ant-Man on theaters at New York. I remember when I first saw New York, I'm like, this is New York. I expected better than this. It was fucking crowded and filthy. I remember when I went to New York, everyone was staring at me. Yeah, man. Oh my god, it's so weird seeing Americans. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Americans are so weird. You know what I'm saying? I went to New York, a lot of people were staring at me, obviously, because I'm white, obviously. Like, relax. I'm saying they're all staring at me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I remember when I walked by, I saw a small red carpet, a modeling red carpet in New York. I walked by, I saw a bunch of people taking pictures of these models. I'm like, what the fuck? This is New York. New York is filthy, crowded, and dirty, man. Yeah, I'm like, I would never want to live here, man. Overrated fucking city. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I went to the audition, I didn't get the part obviously because I told you the doors are locked on me. Had the doors not been locked on me, they would have hired me instantly because of why. You know, Ivan could make us so much money. They would have hired me instantly. They would have casted me instantly. I didn't get the part obviously, and this was for a small independent movie. I don't know, like a $200,000 budget movie or something like that. And I didn't get the part. Backstage is pretty good. I recommend all you actors and models out there who want to get your foot in the door for acting, join Backstage. It's only like $60. You pay $60, your membership, and you can post all your reels there. You have a bunch of auditions in all around America for extras, television roles, modeling roles, all that stuff. It's a good site to open the door, obviously. If you don't have Backstage is for people who don't have agents. If you don't have an agent, that's a good site. It's a good site for what? It's a good site for what? For actors and models, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, so I throughout 2015, I watched Eye Candy, obviously. And I remember I also watched VJ's Naomi You Guys Don't Kisses interview because I kept stalking her. But this chick is fucking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I watched her on always You Guys Don't Kiss list Instagram live, whatever it is, when she talked about her. I remember watching that. My Naomi Has No Kisses movie was coming out, and she had her poster and all stuff at her house. I remember watching that video, obviously. Obviously, I didn't know she was my wife at the time. But during this time, I kept stalking her Facebook page. I kept constantly stalking BJ's Facebook page like crazy. I kept stalking her Facebook page like crazy. I kept stalking it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I kept stalking it. And I was also stalking Eudora's Facebook page too. Because Eudora was still a little bit of my crush at the time. And eventually I just forgot about Eudora and I just focused on VJ, obviously. Yeah, obviously. And during this time there was a thing in Ottawa where they do a horror movie marathon, whatever it is, and I auditioned for it. You guys saw the auditions on Facebook. You see me. I've been thinking about it, but I wanted you to know. Remember that? Yeah, I auditioned obviously in Ottawa. Obviously, I did. That was a terrible audition. Obviously, I ended up getting the role for one of the movies. One of the producers of that horror marathon. So pretty much it's like a bunch of short films compiled into one like 1.5 hour movie. And it aired at the theaters too. I saw it at the theaters. I saw myself at the theaters too. I was in like a 30-second clip. Give me your effing money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was in a 30-second clip, obviously. Pretty much, it's like a thing. All the producers and directors they do a bunch of short films. It's a marathon of short films for like an hour and a half. It was something. It was like a thing in Ottawa for the Ottawa film community, obviously. I ended up getting the part for the producer, one of the producers for the whole marathon short film marathon thing, whatever it is. He ended up giving me the part. I was like a thug. I'm like, give me your effing money, bitch. And I actually saw that on theaters too. I saw it to theaters. Like, I remember I got my popcorn. I went to theaters. Hey, Ivan, nice to see you here. You know what I'm saying? I saw it on theaters. It was packed, like 200 people packed, man. It was packed in the theaters. It was an old theater in Ottawa, and they did a marathon of all these short films. And I was in one of the short films, and you saw me. Give me your effing money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was cool. That was so cool. The producer was nice enough to have me in that movie, obviously. To have me in the movie, obviously. I remember that. And I did an addition too. I posted on Facebook as well as I posted on my Backstage account. I've been thinking about it. I want you to know, yeah, that was the movie, the short film marathon, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was in 2015 when I was 23 years old, and I was just waking up, obviously. This is when I didn't know VJ was my wife. I didn't know I was God. I was fucking lost, obviously. And throughout this time, I was working on Last Hope for Zanus. I was slacking off a little bit Last Hope for Zanus, but I was working on Last Hope for Zanus. I didn't know those were locked on me, and I happened to be working on Last Hope for Zanus, obviously. And again, and after later on during the year in the summertime, I saw an ad for a marketing company, and they contacted me. Hey, Ivan, we're interested in you. We want you to fly down to our company, and we want you to come down to come down to America. I took the bus to New York, and I took it was in Virginia Beach, so I took the bus all the way to Virginia Beach. Obviously, it was like an 18-hour drive. It was fucking long. I took the bus all the way to Virginia Beach, and I stayed at a motel for a cheap motel, like a $40 a night motel. A pretty nice hotel. I had a nice shower. I had my own nice TV, my nice bed. I stayed in a motel for a good 4 days. I ended up going to that marketing company. I had an interview with the marketing company. They ended up signing me, obviously. They're a good marketing company. They would have had the doors not been locked on me. They would have hooked me up with a lot of. And I remember they sent me all the auditions for extras in Hollywood, small speaking roles in Hollywood, all stuff. I told you because I was making wage, I couldn't afford to go to America. Yeah, I can't afford to go to America and do all these have all these extra roles for Hollywood movies, small speaking roles for Hollywood movies, roles for independent movies. I couldn't afford it because I was making minimum wage. At the same time, the doors were also locked on me, as I knew it wouldn't have worked either way. But that marketing company, it cost me a good $1,000 to yeah, you have to pay us $1,000. They kept bothering me, and I had to pay off the $1,000, obviously. But that marketing company didn't work out. Yeah, man, I had opportunities. Oh my god, yeah, man, I had opportunities for acting, man. I had hookups. I had all extra roles in Hollywood, small speaking roles in Hollywood for all these television shows, independent movie roles in Hollywood. I know, so I had all the listings. They sent me all the listings, but I couldn't go because I couldn't afford to go to America. At the same time, I couldn't. Why? The doors were locked on me either way. It wouldn't have made a difference. That's why I tell you I had opportunities in my life for success, guys. I really had opportunity for success in my life, man. Modeling and acting. You see what I'm saying here? Had those guys sent me the reel, the Algonquin college students who filmed that short film when I got that part, they never sent me the reel. I never got to see that movie, man. Imagine how I saw that movie. Yeah, they never got to see that. I never got to see that reel. And you guys know who you are. I remember what you did to me. You're not going to be saved. You're going to be left behind. You're not allowed to work for my company. You got what you fucking deserve, man. Yeah. Obviously. Obviously, right? And yeah. Anyways, towards the end of 2015, I had another audition. I had another audition for a short film. It was a small. It was a feature film. This was a feature film in Ottawa. This was a feature film in Ottawa. Obviously, they were gonna film in Ottawa. Feature film in Ottawa. Obviously, I got the role. I got the role for a pimp. Like a minor role for a pimp. Obviously, I got the role. Yeah, Ivan will get. You got the role, and they gave me the role. Obviously, and eventually they ended up canceling the feature film. I guarantee you it's because the doors are locked. Yeah, we can't have Ivan be in this movie because the doors are locked on Ivan. We can't have Ivan be in this movie. Obviously. I also had an audition for what? for another movie. The movie would have aired at some national arts center. The guy's like, yeah, Ivan, you got the role. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, he didn't get back to me. I didn't get the role because the doors are locked on me, obviously. So I had so much opportunities in my acting career for success. It was a black and white movie. Would have aired at the National Arts Center. It was a short film, like a 30-minute short film. And they would have aired at the National Arts Center. Because the doors are locked on me, they can't do that, obviously. Hence why what? I had a lot of opportunities for success, guys. Yeah, man. Obviously. I have a lot of opportunities for success. Obviously. Ivan, what led you to start a YouTube channel? I'll tell you what led me to start my YouTube channel. Okay, Ivan. They said, okay, Ivan, you need to do an audition. The feature film movie. Okay, Ivan, we need you to do an audition. Send us a reel, like a camcorder or something like that. I'm like, okay, I have to go to the store and I have to buy a camcorder. I went to the store and I bought my own camcorder, obviously, and I ended up filming my own auditions. And I sent it to the guy, and I ended up getting the role, obviously. I ended up getting the role, obviously. And then I remember, and as I remember when I watched my own cam videos. You know, so I remember I went on YouTube for fun. And I remember I saw it. So yeah, it says Ivan, you can post your videos on YouTube, and that led me to making my own. Let me make a YouTube video for fun. Maybe I'll be successful. Maybe I'll be popular. I didn't know I had the keys at the time. Obviously, I thought no one was tuning into my videos. Obviously, and that's what led me to make my very first video when I talked about who's hotter, VJ or Nina Dobrev. You guys are, and I guarantee when I made that video, VJ's like, oh my god, it's so cool seeing Ivan for the first. Oh my god, Ivan's so cool. Ivan is so unique, you know, and he has a cool personality. Yeah, you guys all saw him for the first time on YouTube. 2015, that was how I started making my YouTube videos now, man. Yeah. Right. Obviously, Victoria Justice is harder than Yadora. Don't hate me, Yadora, but like, at the time I was lost, I didn't really know that VJ was my wife, obviously. Right? And eventually that led me to making more YouTube videos. I talked about my novel. I talked about all this other stuff. My novel. I remember I made a video about how VJ's knowing you guys don't kiss this movie. You know what I'm saying? VJ was tuning in the whole time. I'm saying, yeah, and that's how I got very interested in Victoria Justice. I kept stalking her Facebook page. I'd like her stuff on her Facebook page, obviously. The whole time she knew, obviously. And then 2016 it was what led to Beautiful Justice on her what? On her I wrote Beautiful Justice on her wall when she put on Facebook, and this is when I didn't know he was my wife at the time. I didn't know I was God. I posted Beautiful Justice on her wall, obviously. And during this time, I was working at Coors, and I was still depressed. I still thought I had disease. I didn't know the doors were locked on me. I happened to be working on Zanus too, obviously. See what I'm saying here? Show my camera.